La gran ciudad de Urgench se atrevió a desafiarlo. Los ingenieros mongoles recibieron una orden brutal. Este fue el acto de un solo arquitecto.
An ancient outcast slave named Temujin, whom the world would know as Genghis Khan.
Look below, my Mongols. The world awaits us. We ride as one.
Born circa 1162, Mongol steppe.
His father poisoned.
He was a survivor, hardened by betrayal.
Teatro de guerra. El mundo.
Ambition. Not just to loot. Not just to govern.
Un vacío que no perdonaba la debilidad. La geografía aquí no solo albergaba conflictos, los creaba activamente.
The contenders, the tribes. No eran una nación.
In this world, the tribe was the only law, and betrayal was the most common tool of politics.
La guerra no era estratégica, era personal. Move them out! Keep the pace, brothers! Faster!
Let me go! Temujin!
Este era el mundo que recibió al joven Temujin.
A place where your neighbor today was your killer tomorrow.
No había ciudades que conquistar, ni muros que asediar. Solo campamentos móviles y horizontes vacíos.
to the ends of the earth.
Para sobrevivir aquí, no bastaba con ser fuerte. Tenías que entender la brutal aritmética del poder.
Temujin learned this lesson in exile.
Él dominaría este teatro de guerra.
Or it would be erased by it, like so many others before.
Clase de comandante. El arquitecto. Era un ingeniero de naciones. Un arquitecto del poder.
Their instruments of power were not just weapons.
He drew the bowstring tight, tighter than any man before him. But the ancient horn and wood could only bear so much.
Charge forward!
The defining weapon of the steppe.
The Mongol horse archer.
Su arco compuesto podía atravesar armaduras a distancia, mientras que la táctica de la retirada fingida atraía enemigos disciplinados a una aniquilación total.
Temujin did not invent this weapon.
Instrument 2. Radical meritocracy. Esta fue su arma más afilada. Pastores se convirtieron en generales. Hijos de canes rivales fueron puestos bajo el mando de antiguos esclavos. He attracted the best talents from the enemy tribes. Creé un cuerpo de oficiales fanáticamente leal a él, no a su clan.
According to the Yassa, any man who appropriates a stray animal must return it. Therefore, the livestock must be returned to this man.
He transformed a swarm of anarchic nomads
Into a cohesive, mobile, and disciplined state.
No fue una fortaleza impenetrable. El problema era la desunión, la estructura misma de la sociedad de la estepa.
Temujin learned it the hard way.
When the Merkits kidnapped his wife, Berthe.
Forward! Destroy the Merkits!
Forged in fire, we are unbreakable.
Yamuja representaba el viejo mundo, el carisma aristocrático y las lealtades de clan.
Temujin represented something new. Meritocracy and centralized law. As his power grew, so did the betrayals.
Vio la debilidad fatal de su pueblo.
While a man's loyalty belonged to his tribe before his nation, a unified Mongol empire was impossible.
He couldn't simply defeat the clans.
Se dio cuenta de que, para construir su máquina de guerra, primero debía destruir fundamentalmente la identidad mongola.
La táctica: romper la tribu.
We will not stand for this humiliation.
He goes too far! This is madness!
Our tribes will never accept this decree, Genghis.
His solution was a total military reorganization.
The old tribes are dead.
Move them out! We need this camp cleared by noon. Get in the carts now! Please, my children! Where are my children?
Form ranks!
The decimal machine!
Reclutó a cada hombre en una nueva estructura inflexible.
El Zun, unidades de 100. El Mingan, unidades de 1000.
La genialidad estaba en la mezcla.
An arban could contain 2 keretas,
3 Tartars, 1 Merkita.
Watch your back, brother!
Loyalty to the clan was declared treason. Loyalty was now to the man beside you, and to the Khan above you.
Si un hombre desertaba, los otros 9 eran ejecutados.
He created a new people, united not by blood, but by a shared terror and discipline.
Solo quedaba una. Mongol. El legado. La tormenta global.
Forward! No mercy! Charge now!
Fue la campaña de Khwarezmia.
When the Shah of Khwarezmia murdered his ambassadors, the Khan did not respond with a war. He responded with an apocalypse.
El terror no fue un subproducto de su guerra. Fue el instrumento principal de su política de Estado.
Of rivers diverted over fallen cities.
Eran propaganda calculada, diseñada para quebrar la voluntad de la próxima ciudad.
This brutality connected East and West.
It was the interconnected world, forged in the flames.
A pariah who saw the system that exiled him.
Y lo reemplazó con una máquina social propia. Las tribus de la estepa eran un caos de engranajes que no encajaban.
For the Horde! Charge now! We ride to victory!
First, you must turn the old world into ashes.